Welcome back to The Explainer. Guys, today is huge. We are officially hitting day 25 in our system design journey. Can you believe it? Today, we're zeroing in on two absolute pillars of modern infrastructure, Kubernetes and cloud architecture. We're going to unpack exactly how these beasts operate at a massive scale. You know, day 25 isn't just another box to check off your list. It's really where things start to get real. We've spent so much time laying down the groundwork with single machine theoreticals, right? Well, this exact spot on our roadmap is where we shift gears into globally distributed realities. It's all about taking those core design principles we've mastered and placing them right in the beating heart of how today's tech giants actually operate. So here's our game plan for today. First, a quick welcome to day 25. Then, we'll dive into our Kubernetes concepts core learning. After that, we'll hit cloud architecture fundamentals. And finally, we'll wrap up with our practice, design cloud deployment. All right, section 1, welcome to day 25, system design. Okay, let's dive into this. We are taking this journey from the granular building blocks all the way up to massive ecosystems. Which brings us to section 2, Kubernetes concepts, core learning, scaling up. So, to really wrap our heads around system design at scale, we've got to understand Kubernetes. Simply put, Kubernetes is an open-source system that basically automates the whole deployment, scaling, and management of your containerized applications. Think about it. Instead of manually starting and stopping hundreds of app instances across a bunch of different servers, Kubernetes steps in like a super smart orchestrator. It automatically figures out exactly where apps should run and, more importantly, keeps them completely healthy. We're breaking this orchestration down into 4 logical sequential steps for today's mission. First up, pods. These are literally the smallest execution units in Kubernetes, basically the wrappers holding your actual application containers. Next, we have services. These give you a rock-solid network connection, letting your pods reliably talk to each other and the outside world, even if individual pods are spinning up or shutting down. Step 3 is deployments. This is how you manage updating those pods safely so you don't take your whole system offline. And finally, number 4, autoscaling. This is the absolute game changer that automatically adds more pods when user traffic spikes and tears them down when things quiet down to save on resources. Moving right along to section 3, cloud architecture fundamentals, the macro ecosystem. Let's move to this and see how it builds on everything we just covered. Now, while Kubernetes is an absolutely incredible software orchestrator, it obviously doesn't just exist in a vacuum. It actually needs physical server, storage, and networking to run on, and that is exactly where the major cloud providers come into play. We're talking AWS, Azure, and GCP. These platforms give you the underlying managed macro environments. They are the actual computational muscle where your Kubernetes clusters live and breathe. Grasping these cloud ecosystems is completely crucial because you've got to know how to provision the virtual hardware that your software orchestrator is going to be commanding. And that leads us to section 4, practice. Design cloud deployment, the ultimate test. So here's the big question. How do we actually synthesize all of this? You now know how Kubernetes orchestrates containers at a micro level, right? And you understand the massive macro cloud environments that power them. So how do we bring these two totally distinct worlds together? Well, your final task today is to actually design a cloud deployment architecture. This means taking all these theoretical concepts we've talked about and mapping out exactly how your Kubernetes pods and services will utilize the specific resources provided by AWS, Azure, or GCP to handle real live user traffic. It's all about proving to yourself that you can take those micro building blocks and successfully deploy the whole shebang into the macro ecosystem. You've seen the roadmap, you understand the core Kubernetes concepts, and you know the cloud fundamentals that support them. The challenge is laid out perfectly right in front of you. So, the only question left is, are you ready to design your cloud deployment architecture? Take this structure, apply it,